Welcome back to another episode of our podcast, which would be the final episode. Today, our episode is going to be about final minute revision for the exams. A lot of people do that, actually. What do you think?
I think people don't give that importance to studies in the beginning, and in the end, they're kind of forced to cope with that stress of when you know you're kind of like screwed and you haven't studied at all. And so you in your head you're thinking, how do I manage the stress, but I also don't have enough time. And so the thing is irresponsible in the beginning, and then eventually once they don't have that much time, they realize that they should have done a lot more previously in the time that they had, and they have a lot of regret. So, Mr. Adebayo, what do you think about that?
Let me introduce Mr. Adebayo here is a well-known IB maths teacher. He's taught in many different countries, including the UAE and Korea, and he's one of the most experienced math teachers I've ever met. So, Mr. Adebayo, what do you think about our topic?
All right. First, thank you for bringing me in here. And there's a mistake that students make. And the mistake is that they want to wait till last minute before they start preparing for IB exam. That is not going to work. All right. Whatever you want to do in preparation for your exam should have started from the first day in grade 11. So the last minute revision you're talking about is just for you to scan through what you know, not what you just want to learn. You're not learning anything a month to the exam. You are revising, you are trying to remind yourself of what you already know before the exams, all right? So for some of you who just want to wait till, okay, when the exam remains tomorrow, I will prepare today. There's nothing you're going to prepare because you have a lot to cover, a lot to cover. So for example, you're going to cover calculus alone. How many minutes will it take you to cover calculus alone? Just one topic.
Yeah,
So you start your preparation from the day one, all right?
yeah,
And the final day, just go through it to think, okay, can I still remember the formula? How do I do this? How do I integrate? How do I differentiate? That is what you do at the last minute. But if you wait till the last minute for everything, I bet it will be a disaster for you.
that is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Adebayo, like, how do you think students should start off DP1 from the beginning?
Yeah, from the first day when you get the curriculum for DP1, and you have to start working along with your teacher. So you don't wait for the teacher to come to class. Your teacher should wait for you to come to class. What do I mean by that? You get your curriculum, you don't wait until you are studying function before you start working on functions. On your own, you start working because you have the material to study. You have your calculator. Number one thing is to train yourself how to use your graphic display calculator for mathematics.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is number one. One of the reasons why you have to learn that by yourself is that not all teachers know how to use it to integrate, how to use it to differentiate, how to use it to solve trigonometry functions and so on. So once you have learned that, then take the curriculum. It's your curriculum. It's not the teacher's curriculum.
That
The
is
teacher is
true.
just a facilitator. It's just there to instruct you what to do. It has to be your work. You have to take it as your work.
That is
All right? Be responsible for your study.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I would say. And make sure you finish your extended essay, internal assessment, every other thing apart from the final exam. Make sure you finish that before you go to grade 12. And
And I feel like sometimes students they tend to evade certain topics. Like for example, you said functions. For me, it was trigonometry. And so when something feels very difficult, a lot of the times when you have time to spare until the exam, you tell yourself that it's difficult, and because of that, I'm demotivated.
now,
So what's your take on that, and how would you advise students who are demotivated?
the mistake you normally make is that one topic in mathematics leads to another.
Mm.
If you don't understand function, it will be difficult for you to understand calculus because you're going
Yeah.
to need it there. You don't know the trigonometry identities. When you want to integrate, you're going to need identities to do your integration. To differentiate, you need identities. So if you
Right.
have problem with trigonometry and you say, oh, I want to understand calculus, the teacher will still take you back there.
Yeah.
One lead to another. So you don't jump to calculus, you don't jump to statistics That is why the curriculum is designed in such a way that, okay, you start from the algebra, you start from numbers and so on, then you move up to statistics, all right? So what I will advise is that when you are in grade 11, that is DP1, make sure you finish at least 70% of the work as well before you get to grade 12. If you are still struggling with 50% in grade 12, okay, you are not ready for the exam. So that you don't just go there and waste your time, waste your money, waste your energy. All right. So until you know that you are fully ready, don't go for the exam. And how do you know you are fully ready? You know what you have covered. You know what remains for you to cover. Right. If you are in grade 11, DP1, you should have covered at least minimum 70%. Out of 5 topics, you should have covered not less than 3, if possible 4. If possible, you should have covered 4 by yourself. No, I'm not talking about what the teacher is doing in the classroom.
Yes.
In your own timetable, you have to create your own timetable, study timetable math. All right. By the end of DP1, you are done with the first 3 topics. That is minimum. If possible, you are done with the first 4 topics. You are done with calculus. Then the only thing you'll be doing in DP2 is statistics and probability. So at that time, you will have no problem preparing for the exam. You can just go there, you already know what to write. You go there and blast it. Right.
A lot of the students that, let's say I take subjects that are related to sciences, right? Some universities do need it,
Okay.
but if you just think from a broader perspective, you're not going to use that much math in medicine. My question was, how do you think, or what would you say to a student that thinks that way, and how would you advise someone that math is a lot more than just academics? It's about life.
Math is everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You want to study math, you want to study medicine, you want to study economics or business, even if you want to study any part courses, you still need math, you still need statistics. There's no way, you cannot escape statistics and probability. Anywhere you go, you need more of it in medicine. So number one thing you need to know is that before you actually choose your courses or the subject you want to study from DP1, you must know where you are going to. What university are you applying to? What are their requirements? Don't just jump to register courses. I am going to the United States. I want to study this in this university. What are their requirements? So the requirements will determine what you're going to register for IB exams. And if you say mathematics is not required for medicine, it's required because medicine is science. You still need at least 40% mathematics in whatever you want to do there. It's not about calculations. It's about integration. You need calculus. You need probability and statistics. You need functions to build models, right? You're going to build models for everything you are doing. So you need to understand all those ones. You may not need maybe the technical part of mathematics, but generally, everybody needs mathematics, wherever you are. So don't think you can run away from math. Math is required. So you need to have the foundation. The foundation must be very solid. You need it. You may not go to study maths. You're not going to go in depth, but you still need the one that is required for the course you are studying in the university. Right? Did I answer the question?
Well, Mr. Adebayo had to head off to a very important meeting, but that'll be it for today. Thank you very much for watching our podcast.
All right, bye guys.